I teach high school woodshop, and I've been doing construction my whole life. The most important tool to me is a really good square and layout tool, and I finally come up with a perfect one. I spent years working on this, hundreds of prototypes, and let me show you how it works. So it's a speed plus square. The ruler travels on the bottom. It's your set stop, measurements on this side, angle measurements, and then roof pitch measurements. You could use it this way. You could rotate it and use it this way. You could set any angle you want. Or if it's a common angle, you could just put in the fixed stop so it won't play. I could check square off of that. So I could do a miter gauge. So this is a common project we do in the shop, a wooden mallet to teach a mortise and tenon. And what I do with this layout tool is, let's say I want to draw a rectangle in the center of this for my mortise. So I use my ruler to find the overall length of this. Then how this works to give me a perfect layout is I bring this right up to the edge of my board. I draw my line, and then I just flip this board right around and do the same thing here. And because I'm measuring off both sides the same by pulling this straight, that hole right there is perfectly centered. Then here's another really great feature that I like a lot on this thing, is I'm going to cut that mortise in there, and then I'm going to cut the tenons around the handle to fit in there. On that mortise, I want to be pretty accurate, but again, I won't be accurate to the 32nd, but I want the pieces to match perfectly. So I'll cut the mortise, I'll drop this into the hole of the mortise, and find exactly how deep it is. I'll tighten that up, and then I'll come over here to my table saw blade, and I'll set my table saw blade height off of that depth, just like I would with a caliper. So I'm able to match my blade height for cutting my tenons to the perfect depth of my mortise. The speed plus square out on the job site, if I'm laying out studs, if I want to lay out my bottom plate, I just put it on here. Here's my 3.5 inch hole, and then I'm going to put a stud here, and then 1.5 inches down from that. So it's perfect for layout work. Here are my 45s. I could loosen these up, set any angle I want. They're fixed stops at 15, 30, 45s. So I could lay out on this side or this side. Or I could do the complements by just flipping it over. It's going to still sit equally. So I could lay out anything. Another great feature on using it as a saw guide is what I do as a saw guide is I set this ruler off of my blade. I measure the length wherever I want to cut, say 24. And then when I use this as my saw guide, I bring this edge of the ruler right up to my mark, so I don't have to look down. So I bring it right up to my mark, and then I'm able to use this as a saw guide with that offset already calibrated. And that'll work. The speed plus square. I love this thing. I've been working on it for years. I have over 100 prototypes. Hundreds of students have been working with it. Tested in the wood shop, on the job site. Great for layout on a board. Great for layout on a part. Great for actually having in the shop and checking squareness and angles. Great on the job site. The speed plus square.